Hello, Virgos. All right, Virgos. Happy full moon to my Virgos. Let's get into your reading, Virgos. Let's do it. Let's see what's in your cards. This is about breaking karmic cycles. Karmic cycles are staying connected to any unresolved issues within yourself, or staying connected to people who have any unresolved issues that they just cannot do the shadow work for, right? All right. Even after you have led them to water, to help them to, you help to lead them to water. That could help mean that you help people see, hey, you can pull your birth chart. This is your moon sign. This is how you can pour into yourselves, those kind of things, so that you can start to create the life that you prayed for, right? You're not judging anybody, but you're trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curses for yourselves, and you don't want to get looped into other people's karmic cycles. So again, that requires prayer. A lot of people are prayer warriors and don't even realize it. A lot of people are prayer warriors and don't even know it. So let's get into it. Every decision I make, I consider my inner child. That's right. Make sure that inner child is taken care of. You know, you have an inner child. Consider that. Consider your inner child when you're thinking about these karmic relationships. Yeah, when you talk about these karmic relationships, some of you all may still have some energetic ties with some friends who are still going through some things, and or family members that are still going through some things. They've been going through the same thing for years, and somehow y'all are still just going along with the flow. And sources like that's a karmic relationship. They won't get help for it. They just won't. And y'all just keep going along with the flow. And sources like they dragging you into their karma. And so say there's some things you've been saying that you want to do for yourself, and this is just kind of helping you all to just do the cleanup work, right? So imagine you saying, you know, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to get married, you want to have kids or start a family, or you just want to live a softer life, and you still connected to certain energies who just won't do the energy work. They just refuse to do the energy work. And so you can't even relax and live a softer life because you're still tied into other people's karma. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what's in your cards. Yeah, this is going to be a game changer for a lot of people when you start watching these watching these videos and just kind of like knowing how powerful, you know, these karmic ties are. Some people are still stuck to a particular belief system. It's just hard for some people to just really detach. And again, it's no judgment, you know, because everybody has been there. But here we have number 208, gratitude everywhere. So challenge yourself to be thankful. Challenge yourself. There's always something to be grateful for, no matter how dire the present circumstances may be. Your angels challenge you to focus on gratitude. So out loud right now, recite a list of what you are grateful for today. Nothing is too inconsequential to include. If you feel like you can wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers, or you can bat your eyelashes, or you can inhale or exhale, or y'all know what I'm saying? Like, every decision I make, I consider my inner child. For real. Like, looking at it, like, if you feel like you and somebody are finally at peace because y'all have broken away from karmic cycles. Let's say it could be you and your spouse, it could be you and a sibling, it could be you and your grandkid or grandchild or something. Y'all feel like y'all are finally at peace because both of you all have broken away from the number 8 is a karmic number. Y'all have finally gotten focused. No matter how, whatever else that happened around it, source is saying be grateful. Be grateful, right? Something is added, something is about to try to add to your peace. Just gratitude everywhere. Okay, let's get into your reading. Let's get into your reading. Let's get into your reading. Yep. Because some seeds have been planted, right? Some seeds have been planted. Those seeds are real deep. So some energies were trying to disrupt someone's peace, right? So two energies succumb to, even before I even lay the cards out, two energies has succumbed to passive and powerless behavior as it relates to you to try to disrupt your peace, right? And the seeds run real deep. But energies was trying to disrupt your money, right? But see, your money is about to start growing because Source is about to restore your peace with someone, right? And break that karmic cycle for you. Source is going to break it for you. So be grateful to Source that your prayers have been answered, because someone was foolish. Someone was foolish. So they had to leave behind a circus. They had to leave behind a circus. It could be somebody's spouse who is finally recognizing that their family was a freaking circus. For real. I ain't trying to be funny, but some people don't understand their family out here acting out. Didn't want y'all marriage to be right. I mean, for real. Somebody was in a circus situation. They felt foolish. They weren't thinking straight. They thought, okay, well, I can handle a situation. And they couldn't. They realized they just got caught up in under a big top. And so people went right into, planting seeds, right? That started to grow. And Source says, nope, let me snatch that energy right on up out of here. Let's snatch that up out of here. So Source is saying, you're at a high frequency. Looks like you had already moved on. Like this looks like you may have felt like this was you at one point. Like you may have felt foolish, like just going along with the flow, until you moved yourself. You could have moved yourself out of a job, an organization, or job as an organization. It can be a church, mosque, temple, whatever. Moved to another church or just a job, temple, whatever. Could have been moved into a new job. Could have felt like, I left the circus behind. You could have stopped going to certain family members' houses and start going to somebody else's house where it was just a lot calmer, just on the frequency where you are right now, where just like whatever it is. But every decision you make, you're thinking of it this way: would I leave my kids over there? That's your decision from now on. Would I leave my kids here? If I could take my younger self outside of myself, would I leave my kids here? Would it be a foolish decision, or would it be a bad risk to leave my kids here? Because if so, you're going to say, I'm gonna make an executive decision, almost like I'm just snatching them by the hand. I don't care if you want to stay or not. Let's go. I don't care what you think. Let's go. Because something was overwhelming. Something was done behind somebody's back that was overwhelming. That's now being uncovered for money. Yeah. So you could be at a crossroad right now, but you had a feeling something was going on. You had a feeling that something was going on, for money, but it's something you're not going back to. Something you're not going back to. So, looking at your cards here, for some of you, it's going to be some of your colleagues got a raise. Just take only what resonates with you. Because marriage could be married to a job. Somebody could have been working a job where you could have gone on a detail at your job, meaning that you could have gone temporarily to another department. And somebody was actually paid or promised an increase to make sure you didn't come back. But that the new place where you went on the detail to didn't hire you either. So they would have put you kind of in a rock and a hard place that, okay, can't come back to this one because this energy right here has adjusted. So they just kind of put you in a compromising position, right? Because some seeds were already planted so that you wouldn't come back. Some seeds were planted so that you would not come back to something, right? Yeah. And somebody was bullied. Somebody was bullied. So something was done for money and somebody was bullied, but they're finally moving on from something, right? And you'll see the physical evidence of something. Let's see the physical evidence of something, because finally somebody, it just made them feel worthless. It made them feel worthless. This could have been a colleague that you had a real close bond with, that's starting to see that these energies are ruthless that you work with. It could have been, you could also have a business too. And people were basically like, just almost like, I feel like somebody was trying to run somebody out of town or run somebody out of something. But you're about to see the physical evidence of something. But somebody is finally, moving on. So you got some good news coming through. But there's one energy who wanted to stay. This is what I'm talking about, karmic relationships. There was one energy, like I said before, that wanted to stay karmically tied to you, energetically tied to you. Karmic relationship, like they have unresolved issues, something around money. So that could have been like, you came into the job, you were a superstar, hit the ground running, right? And then you realize, well, wait a minute, you the strongest link on the chain, everybody else around you doing the bare minimum, and somebody felt like, okay, well, this person was making me look good in the department. They feel like they had some unresolved issues. You're going to keep still working at that pace. And they was cold-hearted about it. The expectations for everybody else was not the same. But for you, if you want to move, okay, they had unresolved issues. That's their karma. Still tying you into their karma. Source is saying, because they were so cold about how they did what they did, Source is like, there's no chance you detaching completely. But the good news for somebody is that you're right here at the vault door. Because somebody was trying to get somebody kicked out of your county, the company, trying to get you kicked out of something, your apartment, your condo, your house, whatever, trying to get you kicked out of something that was of value, to try to make you feel worthless. But the good news is that somebody is bringing you some information that's going to get you paid. Right? Money is not everything, but there's how ruthless these energies were as far as you were concerned, and trying to make people feel worthless around you and getting people roped into their karma. Here we have the Five of Cups here. Yeah, trying to drag anybody they could drag until they dragged you into something. If that wasn't the word, dragged. If that's the wrong word, let me know. I will not get offended. But yeah, they were obsessed. Some energies were obsessed with dragging you down to your lowest, trying to make you feel completely worthless, and were paying whoever they could pay, right? So here we have the Seven of Wands here. So, but something is now closed out. You can defend your decision to move on from something without coming across as defensive, right? Somebody can defend their decision to move on from something without coming across as defensive. And I'm saying financial independence for you. Yeah, somebody was chained to the devil, chained to a particular belief system about you. And people wanted to make sure, somebody was saying you were doing something behind closed doors for money, you were depressed, like some sort of a mental illness. I mean, just line up a storm about somebody, just trying to cause your money to be lowered, right? You were running from something. None of any of those things were true about you. This is somebody's work family or other side of the family, and you got a lot of information now. You got enough information right now. I'm telling you, somebody's about to get paid. You found your star. You found your North Node. Because somebody is bringing a lot of physical evidence. The tower is going to fall on them. You bring a lot of physical evidence. Yep. Yeah, now you can go ahead and cut ties. You better cut ties. Really, like I said, gratitude everywhere. You're just grateful that the past is behind you. So you can go ahead and start saying gratitude now. You're just grateful that the past is behind you. Yeah, because would you leave your kids around them? No. I'm talking about your inner child, right? So it's not just like, imagine like, okay, like a lot of people bring their kids to work, right? But imagine you leaving your child at work, like, in your department, you go to lunch and you say, I'm going to lunch, and just leave your child at your desk, and all your child is listening to is like slick comments about you. Oh, you know, Virgo, they don't really know, whatever your name is, Virgo. Let's just call you Virgo. Virgo doesn't really know their job. Virgo is this. Virgo, they got to hear all of this about Virgo. You know, they don't, you know, they make just the careless mistakes. You know, oh, so and so could do a better job than they can. You know, this kind of stuff. You know, and it's confusing. It's confusing, right? A lot of stuff being said about you behind your back, done behind your back, all kinds of stuff, right? And they just feeling their thoughts about you go from here to here, right? They're so confused because they don't know what. Well, I thought, you know. So yeah, somebody's bringing you some physical evidence of some stuff that was said or done behind your back, but you already knew. Yeah, you already knew. You already knew because you found your star. You're a light high priestess. I'm talking to men and women, so I see victory for you. You and somebody are back in the saddle again. Yeah, you and somebody are back in the saddle again because, yeah. Yep, somebody's saying, oh, yeah, imagine you leaving your inner child. Let's say inner child's a physical, and somebody said, you know, the person that sits next to you in a cubicle is saying, oh, did you know, like your child overhearing your person at the cubicle, did you know that Virgo's spouse was cheating on them? Did you hear so and so? Not that that's happening with anybody, and your inner child is kind of sort of sad, you know, on the ride home. And then you're like, well, what's wrong? Well, what happened? It's like, well, the person with the red hair said that so and so mom or dad was cheating on you, whatever. It's like, what? That kind of thing, right? So Source is just saying to you, you know, what I say, all kinds of lies going on around this right here, right here. A lot of lies going on, a lot of baiting, a lot of switching up, a lot of lies going on around. But like I said, Source is saying it's going to be a lot of it. You're going to get some physical evidence of some stuff of the lies that were being told. Tower, a double tower happening. That's just heartbreaking. That's just heartbreaking for you. Like you're gonna maintain yourself on the throne here. Maintain yourself on the throne. I feel like here we have the Judgment card, but Judgment is coming down. Like I said, you found your star. It's hope, bliss, and optimism, but some energy will definitely determine. Like I said, obsessed with lying on you, telling lies. Obsessed, literally obsessed. And they were paid to do it because they were karmic relationships. Obsessed, bullying people, all sorts of things. So I don't know why it keeps coming to me that somebody baited somebody into going to work for another department temporarily, but even that was kind of a setup to at least get you away from the department. Because somebody didn't want you in that department. It's almost like you were a threat to whomever baited you away, because something was somebody started to notice that you're the hardest working person in the department or something like that, and it's like, okay, you started slowing down a little bit. People are like, oh, no, we want you to carry all the weight. You're like, no, one that's carrying all the weight here. So anyway, but a lot, like I said, light has been shining on a whole lot of things. So yeah, and like I said, you're getting the physical evidence and stuff. But yeah, judgment is coming down on some energies. Yep. And so I'm telling you, you and somebody getting some money. Yep, you will be getting some money. Getting justice. Mm-hmm. So however it comes through is however it's going to come through. I don't know how it's going to come through, but some people were busy. People were saying, you know, that you're delusional, but intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. Somebody thought they was going crazy. You thought you were going crazy, but Source wants you to use that same, these downloads that you're getting to now start dreaming bigger. You were not delusional. You weren't going crazy. So it's like when you're tied into other people's karmic cycle, that's what it can feel like you're literally going crazy. Because Source keeps telling you to detach, 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 detach from these karmic cycles. Like there's some unresolved something going on. You don't know what it is. You keep hearing so and so. You don't know what to believe. That's when you go to Source for clarity. You go into prayer warrior mode. Go into prayer warrior mode. Source, I don't know what's going on, but I'm praying. I'm praying for clarity. I need to detach until I get some clarity. I'm going into prayer mode until I can get some clarity, Source, from you, right? A fiery climax approaches. There could be an Aries involved in something. And only saying that because of what I'm seeing on the card. So there's no particular Aries. You could have Aries in your birth chart, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing here in your cards. But yeah, somebody was just straight up delusional about something. They feel like, okay, it's their way or the highway. You know, they're going to stay energetically tied to something. They're going to just do stuff however they want to do some stuff. And so it's like, time to get some rest. Time to get some rest. That's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. But again, gratitude everywhere. I feel like, I don't know why I'm seeing somebody's manager. And if this is not your manager, then this is not your manager's take. Only what resonates with you. Somebody has a vertically challenged manager. I'll just put it that way. But I don't like seeing somebody's manager who has like he's like either standing on top of a desk. I mean, like standing on like somebody who has that kind of a personality, who's like this like grandiose kind of personality. Somebody who just basically like it's literally like it's their way or the highway. Like they just they have this bigger than life sort of personality. They're not literally standing on top of a desk that could really hurt somebody. They're not like literally standing on top of a desk, but like the type of an energy that's, they don't think any of the rules apply to them. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they don't think any of the rules apply to them. This would be the type of an energy that would literally cuss a judge out in a courthouse, in a courtroom. Like they would go and stand in front of a judge and tell a judge that they would they would literally threaten a judge. Like, and like a judge would look at them like, you know whose courtroom you in? Like, you're not gonna change your whole life like just like that. And they would threaten a judge. This is the kind of ego a person has. Whoever this energy is, this is the kind of ego, the energy that I'm picking up on. That's the kind of ego this energy has. Like they literally feel like none of the rules, none of the rules apply to them. Like no, like the average person will walk into a courtroom and be like, yes sir, yes ma'am, your honor. What? Not this one. I don't know who in the world y'all dealing with, but this energy, because I'm looking at the justice card right here, this energy is basically like would threaten a judge and tell a judge, I know people who can cause you to lose your job. That kind of like, I don't know what in the world. Like I said, every decision I make, I consider my inner child. That's not an energy you would leave Child, that's not an energy you would leave your bubblegum wrapper with, for real, because this energy, get your rest. That's all I have. That's what I got for you. Again, happy full moon in Leo. You may be watching this video on the 11th. The official full moon is on the 12th of February, but happy full moon. We're in the full moon phase. So I don't know which day you're gonna watch the video, but these videos are timeless. But that's what I have for you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.